Hello everyone, this video is a really good one. I just wanted to make this one because I was talking to a setter right now, and he was talking to me about, like, he was just kind of venting to me about his frustrations, like about the stuff that he's been thinking and blah blah blah. He works for another growth operator, and I just like it just got me thinking, like, most growth operators are shit, most coaches are shit, and like, it's the reason is, like, you guys can't retain talent. Like you can hire people off of like random stuff, but you just can't, like, it just like they don't know the soft skills. They are just like, I need to hire people and instruct them and whatever. Like the thing is, it's about the people. The business is all about the people. You build the people build the business. So, like, I believe that a lot. And like, in this video is specifically targeted for growth operators, people who are like getting into like growth operating stuff like that, helping coaches grow, coaches who are doing like 5 to 10K per month or like around that bracket, and who don't have like a team, who want to hire a setter who's actually like going to consistently book calls for them, or just like anyone who's in the business, like anyone who's in the like business game and who's like trying to become a better leader, become a become a leader, like who is actually respected by their team, like respected by the people in the team. And yeah, just actually retain talent within the team. Because, like, you're the only, like, after a certain amount of time, like after you pass like 10K 20K per month, the next problem that you're going to have within your business is you are literally a one-man show. So in order for you to scale the business about 20K, like, to levels above that, you need to hire good talent, like just really good killers. And killers only work with killers. And if you're a fucking bad leader and you don't know, like, you don't know shit about this sort of stuff, nobody's going to want to work with you. And you're going to stay broke, and then you're going to hate yourself and whatever, right? So let me just start with this. And who am I? Yeah, so I am a setter who is working with a growth operator. I don't like to call myself a setter, but that's what the title is for me right now. I like to call myself more of an operator because, like, when I'm working with my boss, I take a more neutral approach of, okay, like, how can we actually solve this problem. So I have a little bit more nuanced experience of the problems that coaches face in the whole space, like related to setting, related to sales process, stuff like that. Not like, of course, my boss, like, who is the actual operator, like, he obviously has more nuanced experience, but I'm a decent operator, I would say, like, just not shit, right? And yeah, and like, this video is like really inspired, like, from the things that I've learned from my boss, because I feel like he's a really fucking great leader. And also a lot of lessons that I've learned from Leila Hormozi, who is, by the way, if you don't know, probably the biggest, uh, I don't even know what to call it, probably the biggest, like, person who is like always promoting about leadership, like, guys, build the people, be a better leader, be a better boss, stuff like that, right? And nobody takes it seriously, I think. And yeah, so, like, a friend of mine who works for a growth operator, who's also a friend of mine, came to me, like, the setter came to me and told me that, hey man, we have this client, and we don't know what we're doing with them. And that's kind of obvious, like you guys got a client and you guys are struggling. That's just the game. But then he came to me, and then he said, like, hey man, like, I don't know, like, what my boss is doing. And, like, I don't know, like, my boss is not training me, and, like, I don't know what to do. And like, this guy who's our client, he's actually spending more time with me, and like, training me how to set. And my boss, like, I don't know, like, where he is and stuff like that. And then, like, the worst stuff is, like, my boss is like kind of telling me to not spend as much time with this guy, like our client, and like, just like, not like it's just a complete shit of a relationship. Like, it's completely like, oh my god, like, what is even happening? My bad, there was like a fucking man just fucking screaming outside, so I just paused the video. But yeah, like, he was telling me, like, bro, like, I don't fucking understand, like what is my boss doing, or like, what is this guy doing. And like, they just don't understand what's the problem right now with their business. And I clearly fucking identified like what's going on, because they feel like it's a fucking setting issue. They feel like they're like not putting enough money on ads. They feel like it's this. They feel like it's that. The first issue right now is the fucking the client doesn't respect the growth operator. I just know it, because the client is fucking ordering around the setter. So like, oh my god, like what are you guys doing, right? It's crazy, right? And second, if your clients don't respect you, of course they're not gonna listen to you, and of course then you're not gonna make money, because you are the fucking authority. Like, bro, I am fucking scaling. I'm scaling your shit, and you're telling me that you're training my guy. You're training my guy. It's like, okay, you can go and suggest things and blah blah blah. But bro, you're training my guy. Like, your clients shouldn't be fucking like, as a growth operator. Your clients shouldn't be fucking training your setters. Like, what? Like, that's just purely fucking dumb, right? And yeah, that was one problem. And then there's more things that I want, like, that I like was unpacking with him, which was like, hey bro, but I don't feel like it's a problem, because I feel like I'm learning a lot from this client. And then he shares more, and of course, like, there's a bunch of beliefs that's like like that's tangled up with him, because he's a young guy who's just getting into entrepreneurship, and he just wants to make a little bit of money, show his parents like, hey, like, check this out and blah blah blah. And he just he just feels like, yeah, everything is learning. But no, it's not. Right, because that guy who's the fucking coach who's teaching him, he of course doesn't know how to fucking book clients. He of course does not have any idea for what a good sales process is, what are the good offers, how to actually do market research, all of those kind of stuff, right? It's not even, they don't even fucking know how to like fucking like make VSLs and shit. I bet they don't. They haven't even tested out any other funnels for their offer, and they're just wondering, yeah, we can't fucking book clients, we can't fucking book calls. Like, it's not just like, it's not any of that. Why is this important? This is important because I actually realized that more than what they are facing right now. Because let's face it, if they stay in the business for long enough, if the growth operator and the state like keeps trying out different stuff, keep iterating, blah blah blah, then eventually they're going to like face, like, they're just going to break through the wall, and they're just going to make few sales, and like just like provide, get some results for that guy. So that's obvious. But guess what? The fucking setter doesn't respect the, like, he doesn't respect his boss, bro. So like, do you see that, right? Like, if you are the boss and your employees don't respect you, and your employees don't trust you to like to be able to solve the problems that you have, to be able to like just help you with stuff, then of course, like, they're either going to leave you, or they're going to betray you and just fucking start their own business, or just like, it's a horrible shit show, and it happens all the time within the business. And like, I'm just going to like tell you what you maybe should try doing with your employees, which like my boss does, and I really like it. And some lessons which I've learned from Lala Hormozi, which she puts in here, and some things that you can start doing right now from today, that will possibly help you retain the talent that you have within the business. Because right now, like, just for us, just for the sake of documentation, right now we have the systems. Like, for us, like, in our business that we are scaling this trading coach right now. And like this in the month of December, it is 28th December today, we probably have 2-3 more calls, and maybe we'll close 2-3 more closes in the next like 3-4 days. So in the whole month of December, we closed like around 30K in revenue, which is not that good, not that bad. But considering the fact that it was fucking December, and it's Christmas week, and like for almost 2 weeks we didn't book a single call, because like a whole fucking shit show was going on, and we didn't have a proper closer like in the first like I guess first few days of the month. And like the whole month was a shit show, and it wasn't even it, like, we haven't launched the offer. It was pre-launch offer. So pre-launch, collecting 30K, I would say, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just okay, fine, like, whatever, move on. So considering that, our priority and like the systems that we have, I am confident that, you know what, like, launch month next month, we are going to probably pull off like a good 60-70K launch month. But if you want to consistently pull off this shit, then the setter needs to be consistent, the the coach needs to be consistent with his posting, and the closer also needs to be consistent with like taking calls and like this and that, like all of this stuff. And not just that, we also have a dollar now, so he also needs to be consistent, he also needs to be checked in, blah blah blah. So yeah, you need talent, you need people, right? So first thing which I've written down here is building relationships based on money rather than growth. Like simple enough, right? So this is one of the things which most people like just fuck up with. The relationships that their setters have with them is based upon money. The setter thinks, hey, I just want to make some money with this guy, and then I will learn something, I'll learn setting, and then I can go do my own stuff, or maybe start my own business, or like do my own stuff. Which if your setter wants to do that, then okay, cool, bro, it's your fucking life, it's your, like, do whatever you want. But it's your job as a business owner to show them the vision if they want to grow within your business, which a lot of people do want to do that. A lot of people don't give a fuck about like starting a business, like they don't care, like, oh, like, a lot of people want to learn things, a lot of people want to grow your own business, but you need to give them a reason to grow your business. So you want to, like, you want to show them that, hey bro, like, not just like you want to, let's say you hire a setter, let's say you don't have like a much huge of a business, you're just trying to figure stuff out, you just want them to keep booking calls. You need to show them not just the 1 to 3 months plan, like, hey, this is what I'm going to do, like, this is what we're doing, this is how much we're going to generate in cash, but like think long term with them, like, hey bro, in the next XYZ months we're going to be here, hey bro, if we figure this thing out we're gonna be here. Like, be involved with them within the business. They are an extension of you. If they stop working, then the business goes to shit, because they are literally generating cash for you. Like, they're setting appointments, they're setting appointments, guys. And like they're setting appointments, like, I don't even understand, man. It's so important. Like, you need to, like, you don't need, like, you always need to, like, treat them well. And like, how do I say this? But like, I feel like I've talked to my boss a lot about this, and he tells me all of the time that his friends who used to be his friends, and a lot of people in the growth operators like space, they don't treat their setters well. And setters have a lot of, like, they have a lot of churn. And the reason is just this, like, setters don't get any respect, setters don't, like, they feel, they get bored, they feel like there's no more growth here, they feel like, I'm making enough, I made enough money, I can just go and do some other stuff, and there's like nothing to do, so like they just leave. You need to create a proper vision plan for your setter, like, keep reminding him, keep checking at them, and being real with them. Hey bro, this is the expectation, and like, he wants to make money, so like, help him make money. Tell him the things that you did. Like, this is another thing which I wanted to add, right? You as a boss will go ahead and work your ass off. Literally, you will go ahead and literally work 16 hours a day, make a fucking, like, write a whole VSL, then like fucking figure out some fucking customer issue, and like fucking figure out like how to send the fucking emails in bulk so that you can do a proper launch, like analyze content, do market research, like you do all of that shit in the back end, and you never tell your setters about this. So how the fuck, like, you can be doing, like, imagine a tree falls and nobody is there to hear it. Did it really fall? Like, does it make a sound? It doesn't. Not in business. You have to tell your sellers what you did. Like, hey bro, this is what we did, and this is how we moved the needle forward today. And then like, your seller can be like, your seller can be like, oh my god, that's so cool. Oh my god, like, we actually made some progress today. Like, maybe not in my side, maybe not as a seller, like maybe like not much, but like my boss, he went in and did figure some shit out, and yeah, our business in the next 3-4 months is going to move forward. We are going to generate more income. So keep updating with your setters, keep checking with them, and not just like asking them, hey bro, did you do that? Like, just telling them what you did. Bro, this is what figured out today, like, this is what I did. And if you are doing nothing, just tell them you did nothing. but I didn't do anything. I was just fucked up today. And even if you do that, a lot of the times people appreciate the fucking honesty. Like people appreciate you, bro. I know this. Like I know this guy now. Now I can like if they want to give you some feedback, which most of the times your setters do want to give you feedback are because they are like killer setters are like trying to learn, trying to grow their business, trying to solve problems too. They will give you feedback, and then you can grow, like you can grow the business with their help. So that's like it just creates a more reinforcing relationship, uh, compared to what I said earlier, which was just relationship based on quick money, quick cash. Just like I want to make money, I just want to get to 1K per month, and then I'll leave this guy. The truth is, if your setter's thinking like that, I'm just gonna make like 1K 2K per month and then I'm gonna leave this guy. First off, he is not gonna make that much money, because if you're a new growth operator, he sucks. Like you just have to be real with yourself. Your appointment setting is not that great. You just don't know, like guys, your appointment setting is not that great. Your training, like the way that you're going to train, is not that great. Why? Because you don't have any experience with it. You yourself probably don't have that much experience with setting. I have been working for like almost fucking 10 months now, like just fuck, not 10 months, probably like 8 9 10, I don't even 8 9 months, like setting like all the fucking time, like for offers, like just setting every single day, like sending DMs and blah blah blah. And I still like there's still so much to learn for me. Like I set it for a fitness coaching offer. Now I'm setting for a trading offer. I sent like I fucking booked around who fucking knows, like god, like 400 500 fucking calls while I was working with them. And now in the last fucking 2 3, I think 2 months, we booked around probably 100 calls around ish. That I don't even know, guys, but like it's a lot of numbers here and there. It's not just it's a lot of reps there. So having these expectations clear with your setters, just like, hey bro, you need to do better, or you need to do more, and you will probably not make money. Like it's good, because then they can change their focus from making money to becoming better, and putting in the reps, putting in the hours, doing the follow-ups, and then in the long term they will become better and you will have better employees. So that is like my first thing which I wanted to say. Oh my god, guys, I don't even like know what I'm saying. Like, I have no rhythm. I just like whatever is coming to mind, I'm just saying it. Second, like it's written like no vision casting. I'll tell you how my boss does it, which I really like, by the way, and some sort of like how maybe Lila Hormuz does it. I haven't been watching her stuff lately. Time to time, my boss comes in and he shares his vision. He shares what he thinks is going to happen within the business and why he thinks that. And then I share my vision too. And then we have this whole wholesome conversation about the business. And then after a few months, we discuss the inputs that we need to do, and after a few months it happens. Wow, so great. You guys might not be having that conversation right now with yourselves. Like you guys like just don't give a fuck about your you guys don't care a fuck about the goals of the people that work with you. Like you need to give a fuck. Like if your setter comes in and your setter tells you, hey bro, like this is what I'm dealing with right now, this is something that like let's say your setter comes in with you and he tells you like, hey bro, like this is what I'm dealing with, like I'm like really struggling with like anxiety, I'm really struggling with thoughts, like negative thoughts, self-belief issues, this that. If you really want to retain him, his problems are your problems. Like you have to help him out. And if you actually because some people are just going to watch this and be like, ah, you just fucking fire him, bro, like whatever. You know what will happen if you actually went in, take the extra step and actually help him? He will become your number one fan, and he will tell everyone for the rest of his life about how great you are, about how great, like the coolest leader ever. Because it's easy to just be like, yeah, this guy sucks, like just hire another guy. It's easy to do that. It's harder to solve problems, it's harder to help the other person. Be like, it's harder to like just be the bigger guy and just be like, yo bro, it's all right, let's try to figure out the inputs, let's try to get back on the horse again, and let's try to just let's get moving again. So that's another thing, which is like just being more human with your sellers. I don't even know, like this is some normal business stuff right now, but most of you guys are probably not doing it. Like you guys don't have a normal human connection with your seller. It's just like you guys are not talking enough with your sellers. You guys are not like discussing about what his problems might be in his personal life, which is like whatever. Like if he's not telling you about random stuff about his life, and why, like are you guys even, like, what are you guys doing? Like I don't know, like for us right now, like me with my boss and like the people who are in our like the people we are hiring, we're treating it as like yo guys, like we're treating it like yo guys, you're gonna be working with us. Your problems are our problems, because for us, business is life. Like for me and my boss, like we work all of the time. Like as soon as I wake up, I go to the gym. Like right now, I'm like for prioritizing a bit of gym too. I go to the gym and then I come home and then it's just work. It's just work. And then for me, like for my boss, he wakes up at like 10, 11, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. and then he has some like sort of deep work routine, and then he just works. Just like I know it. So it just works, and then like we have a like little check-in at the end of the day, or like no, almost at every single point of the day, and like it's over. So I just know that, hey, this is what he did, this is what I did, and this is how we both move the needle forward. And like it just like more communication between us, and it just like I can actually actively, like we both can actively see the business moving forward, so it's more reinforcing too. So I hope that makes sense to like, if you can keep doing that shit with your sellers, with like just your employees in general, and keep their growth in mind, keep them in mind. Because if you can prioritize, like for me, like for the killers who will be working for you, they will be focused on growing. Like they will be focused on growing, because if you want to build it, like just saying, okay, if you want to build a great business, and these are not my words, these are Alex Ramogi's words. If you want to build a great business and you want to like build a huge business, you probably need to hire people who are like very driven, very like they're willing to give it their all. They're very growth driven. They don't really care about money. So if that's the type of people that you're hiring, you want to constantly be doing vision casting for them. So you want to constantly be thinking that, how can I give this guy more responsibility? How can I give him more opportunities where he can develop his skills? Because if you do that, and if he's the killer, then fuck yeah, like he will keep getting reinforced within your business to grow further and further and further, and that's what he wants to. And of course you of course, like I'm telling you a bunch of things about how to become better leader, but again, maybe you also need to hire better employees. Maybe you need better setters. Maybe you need setters with a better mindset, who don't think short term, who can work for a delayed amount of time without needing any immediate reward, without needing like any sort of without needing any sort of bullshit, like hey this that. Like you need better employees, who knows? Maybe maybe, right, who knows? But we're just gonna assume like your employees, the people that you're hiring, are killers, and you're just a shitty leader. So this is another thing, right? The third one which I've written is, consider a possibility that you might be a shitty leader and just not someone worth respecting. Oh my god, I love this one, because like just think about this. I've been thinking from a long amount of time in the business game, and like sort of stuff, which was like, how can people who are in leadership position, who are managing people, other management position, how can they give, like how are some people who are in management position loved, while some other people like just hate their bosses? Like why does it happen? And I feel like there's there's a mismatch of like there's a mismatch, like because the people who loved, like a mismatch of probably a bit of communication. But like just think about this, like let me clear this out. If you don't respect yourself, how can you expect your employees to respect you? Yeah, I think that's the perfect way to place it. Like, and let me give you an example. If you are a boss and you are and you tell your employees that, hey, this is what I'm working on right now, and this is my priority. I'm going to give it my all in the next upcoming days. I'm just like going to be working. Going to be nothing. I'm going to do nothing but work. And then after you tell them that, you go in and then you fucking scroll for 4 hours. Are you genuinely going to have fucking like anything inside of your soul to talk to that employee again with any sort of conviction? Like genuinely speaking, like, do you have that inside of you? So of course you won't. So the next time that you talk with that employee or the seller, you'll like you'll probably say things in a different way. And leadership isn't just like, I feel like leadership is more about like these soft things, like these things that you do unconsciously or like it's subconscious and people don't notice it, but it's like people are like constantly making like constantly assessing you, or like I don't know how to how to understand it. Like it's more soft, it's more the like how do you perceive yourself. That's what others will also perceive you as. If you don't like, if you genuinely think of yourself, and not just think, if you genuinely act in this way that, hey, my standards inside of this business are genuinely the hardest, like genuinely the highest, I care the most about this business, like more than anyone, like others treat you in that way. Like genuinely others will like, oh fuck, like, oh yeah, like this is what we did, like this is what we did. You don't like, you have to earn respect with your employees. You can't be expecting your employees to already be like respecting you. Of course you're in an authority position, so they have to listen to you. But if like you also want to like actually respect you and love you for the leading that you're doing. So in that, I feel like it's more of like, hey, are you a person who is actually true of their words? Are you an authentic person? Are you someone who actually does what he says he would do? So that is something which I have been following. Like this is something like, because I always want to be a better leader, better operator. So that's what I've been following from the like last fucking weeks, months. Like I'm still learning, I'm still improving, but like that's what I'm doing. Like guys, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect leader, right? My boss, he's still improving. Maybe he's working on his own stuff, his own battles. I don't really know, but yeah, I feel like with him, he does it excellently. He genuinely comes in, he genuinely tells me like, hey bro, I'm going to be working for xyz, like on xyz thing for xyz amount of time, and I actually, that motherfucker goes in and works, gets the work done. And I'm like, this guy is insane, this guy is crazy. And like in the beginning, I used to envy his level of discipline. But like I was like, fuck bro, how are you so disciplined? And then like the this guy is so cool, he actually helped me out with like my mind, whatever stuff is. And then I actually started to work harder, because I was like I want, like, because his standards are so high, I need to like get my standards more higher. And now I actually operate within the business as if this is my business. Like I care more about the business than anyone here. So I want to grow this business. Like I don't really care about money, earning money or like this. I want to grow the business. I want to solve problems. So of course, like when you have like just think of this from my own mind. When your setters have this kind of approach, like, I want to grow this business. I want to solve problems rather than making money. How much more would you make? Like that would be some crazy amount, right? Because imagine like now you don't just have 24 hours in a day, now you have 48. Now you have 2 months working towards the same goal, and actually actively working, who actually give a fuck, like actually, like really. Like imagine the days when you're like on your bed just fucking like sleeping, and you're just stressed as fuck about some problem that you're having in your business. Now that's not just you, that's another guy in the world who gives a fuck. Your business is gonna grow. So yeah. Yeah, another thing, yeah. Have your employee adopt this mindset, and the way that you adopt is by actually giving a fuck about the business yourself, and then actually showing it like, hey bro, I gave a fuck, I gave you a fuck about your growth too. We are trying, we are moving forward, like let's fucking do this. That sort of mindset. Yeah, so there's more here. Fourth one, your employees are an extension of you, which is like something which I just explained, but I'm gonna explain a little bit more. In the bracket I've written, you have shitty standards. So much awesome. I love this because Hormuzi talks a lot about this. It's about the fact that, hey, if you have shitty standards in the business of what you think is the right amount of work, then your employees will have the same standards. If your goal, if you set goals up based upon, hey, this is the revenue goal that we want to hit, hey, this is what we want to do, or this is like what we don't want to do, then your employees will copy your habits. Your employees will naturally copy your habits, and your employees will naturally be more, they naturally be a more diluted version of you. That's what I feel. That's what I've learned, right? So for you as a leader, you have to be the most epitome of perfection that you can be within the business. So imagine you as a leader face a setback, some bullshit happens, some like client leaves you, some bullshit, like some crazy shit, and of course it happens, and you're just fucked up. You're like, oh my goodness, I am cooked. How am I gonna pay my sellers, and how is it gonna happen? And bro, this is another time that we failed, and like, you're just fucked. Now, after that actually happens, how are you going to react to that? Like, how are you going to react to that fucking bullshit thing? Either you can like just be either you can just be erratic, or you can just be like, hey team, or hey people, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is kind of miserable, I'm really feeling shitty right now, but this is what you're going to do, and we are going to fix the problem. So that is a more balanced, that is a more emotionally that is a more like less emotional way of like dealing with problems, which I respect a lot within the business. Because I we, like me and my boss actually face so much fucking problems. And he as a leader, like in the beginning, I didn't used to think myself more as a leader and operator. It's just an identity shift which has happened more so recently from the last 2-3 months. But we used to face problems, and then like he used to just be like, yo Niket, it's fine bro, we're going to figure it out, it's fine. And like and when you say that we are going to figure it out, you actually mean it, because you have high standards for yourself, and you do what you say you would do. You do what you say you would do. And you, when you mix those things, having high standards and doing the things that you say you would do, your employees will naturally trust you more. So I actually built a lot of trust for my boss, and he was like, yeah, like we are going to do this, we are going to do this, blah blah blah, and then this problem is going to get solved. And guess what has happened from that point on up until now? We haven't yet encountered any problem. Of course, we still keep encountering problems, but we still keep going and solving all of these problems, right? And guess what, another thing which happened, I like after I operated this kind of mindset, like I used to treat, like now I'm treating the business as my own business, like I am the operator now. Naturally, when I'm like we are occurring problems, like we are getting problems within the business, like key problems, I am like very very stressed. Like I am just acting all erratic. I'm just like, we are cooked, we are fucked. We are like, oh my god, what should I do? Now my boss is like reminding me again, bro, Nikhil, you're thinking too much. You're overthinking. You're thinking about step 6, 7, 8 when we haven't even crossed the step 1. Let's cross step 1. Let's go to step 2. Let's go to step 3 and exit. Like let's keep moving that way, and then we can figure stuff out like that. So now, like when I was explained to me this that way, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And now I'm more kind of emotionally stable. Like, okay, let's focus on what we can control right now, and let's just execute that. And then this problem is probably going to solve like in X amount of time anyway. So all business problems are like all business problems are solvable. You can solve it. So yeah, have higher standards for yourself. Be someone your employees can trust, and just be a good person. That was the fourth one. I don't even know what I was gonna say about that. But yeah, the fifth one is, you are afraid to say you don't know what to do. Nobody likes fake people. Fuck yes, I love this one. So naturally, if you are a boss or a CEO, you're trying to grow, you are going to face problems that you have never faced before, and it is going to suck, and you will not know what to do. and you will have horrible things happening, and you will like be like, fuck man, like, oh my god, this is just fuck, like, oh my god, I need to kill myself. You'll have all of those kind of moments. So I have learned this thing from my own boss, and I keep seeing these patterns from like Leila Hormozi and other great bosses, which is like, the more people try to fake it, the more their employees know, because like your employees, they work in the business. They know the problems that you face. So, and if they don't know, then you're fucked, because if your employees don't know how your business runs, then you are never gonna grow your business, because they can never give you feedback on it. So your employees always know the problems that you are facing, and the new problems which keep coming up. And if you don't calmly, if you don't acknowledge that, hey, we have this problem and we need to work on it, and you always be like, hey, we don't have this problem, you just keep ignoring the problem and you keep trying to be perfect, I feel like that's a really that's not a really good way to approach it, because it not only it not only like I feel like the better way is just being more genuine about, hey, we have this problem, Niket. We have this problem. We need, like, I have this problem. We need to fix it. Here's what I'm doing, and blah blah blah. Because in that way, your employees will be able to, if your employees, your sellers, your like people will be able to like connect with you and like actually give you feedback on the problem that you're facing, and resulting in more faster growth of your business. So again, like, don't lie. Don't lie, like, don't say, like, say you don't know what to do. Say like, I'm just guessing. Say stuff like, this is my hypothesis. Say stuff like, we probably figure it out, like stuff like that. Like, be just like, you can keep growing without knowing actually what to do, because you have like, because your growth determines on the, like, your growth, because your employees trust you based upon what you have done in the past by your actions, that this guy, if he says he would do xyz, he actually does xyz, so I can rely on him that he will keep doing xyz amount of inputs, and then we can keep growing, and then I can grow behind him, and then keep going with him, and then like keep solving bigger problems as bigger, and keeps slaying bigger dragons, stuff like that, right? So, and those were some things. Another, like, this one is the last point: lack of communication. Oh my god, fuck, such a big deal, blah blah blah. Anyways, guys, you already know what I'm gonna say. Your sellers are people, and people want to talk with people, and people don't want to talk with robots. So talk with them more. In fact, talk with them a lot, and tell them what you're up to. Ask them what they're up to, and build a genuine relationship with them. Ask them like ask them about their goals. Ask them what are they doing with their life. Ask them about I was gonna say, ask them about how their mom is. Don't ask them that. But yeah, like, just be a genuine person. Like, be interested in their life too. And again, like, treat their life as your life. Sorry, treat their problems as your problems. If he has some problem with his girlfriend, then you are to be responsible. If your employee has a girlfriend and his girlfriend breaks up with him and his performance starts to dip, guess who is responsible? You you are the person who is responsible, because you could always influence his behavior before the breakup actually happened, before like just checking in on him, hey Mobla, how's it going, stuff like that. So, communication. Another thing which are like, from the story which I was talking about, a growth operator and like the seller who is my friend, they just didn't have enough communication. Now, I of course don't know like things which are happening in the back end with both of those people, but the more communication, the better. Like, the more like you guys keep updating each other on like what's going on, what's not going on, like, the more like the employees will feel involved in the business. And I keep thinking that, hey, like, if your employees know that they are making progress in like whatever they are making, in the whatever they are doing, I think probably they're going to be chill. Of course, these are just, there's a ton of nuances, and we are still running a really small business, like 3 to 4 people. Like, we have a dialer now, we have a closer now, we have like we have good things going on like for us right now. We're probably gonna scale our current client to like 100K per month in the next few months, and then probably gonna like see like where the direction of the business gonna go, with done with like just changing the business model. This was just a video based on the lessons which I have, based on the patterns which I've seen seen from great leaders, and also how I've tried to change my own behavior to be a more naturally influence, like naturally be a more naturally likable person who, like, who people can trust, who people can actually rely on. So actually be a leader, better leader. So hope some of you guys liked it. Hope some of you who are going to hire setters actually take advice from this stuff, and be a better person for them, and so you can grow your own business, make more money, make them more money. And if you if anyone is actually watching this video up until the end, you can, and you have more questions on this sort of stuff, you can go ahead and message me on Instagram, like just message me saying, hey bro, I found you off your video, I really like your content, stuff like that. Write a fucking good outreach message to me, god damn. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.